Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today, I want to talk about Torchlight Energy TRCH, soon to be merged with Metamaterials. Now, I've done this video multiple times before on different items. The due diligence is found in the description below for the last videos. I also went through multiple different valuations of dividends, including low bounds, high bounds. I even looked at other people's valuations that they have sent me through my email, going all the way up to $80 and why they think that. So for that, you'll have to watch my last few videos to get an idea of these dividends. But for today, I'm giving you news, updates, and technical analysis in institutional buyers. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So Torchlight. Now from the Torchlight point of view, they do have actually a couple of different news. So on June 11th, a special meeting will be held. And I'm going to read the SEC filing here. On May 25th, 2021, the TRCH issued a press release to announce that the shareholders representing 46% of Torchlight shares eligible to vote at the special meeting held on June 11, 2021 in connections with the previously announced business combination transaction with Metamaterials Incorporation have already voted their shares. Torchlight stockholders off record as of May 5th, 2021, record date have received control number on their vote shares outlined at www.proxyvote.com or by mail or by phone. Now, the eligible stockholders who hold their shares through a broker and have not received an email or other communication from their broker with information on how to vote may contact their brokerage for information. Now, there's a lot of speculations on that June 11th meeting. And some people are saying, hey, we might actually hear a bit more about dividends idea. Others are saying, well, we might actually get a specific date for Metamaterials business combination. Now, there's a lot of different speculations. You can go all onto Twitter and try to find it. It's basically hearsay, speculations, etc. So I'm not going to go through each one of these because, well, a lot of them are not fundamentally based on SEC filing, but still have some merit in general. Now, the next thing I do want to take a look at is Metamaterials, the business we're combining with. And they do have two pieces of news that a lot of people aren't really talking about. The Metamaterials results for the first quarter of 2020 results. And this one here, in quarter 1 2021, the company recorded $50.1 million one-time non-cash debt revaluation expense resulting from a conversion of $12.8 million of secured and unsecured debt, and the stock price varying shares between 50 cents per share and 70 cents per share. These conversions were announced by the company at varying dates in quarter 1 2021. Now, on here, they go on and say the expense booked in the profit and loss would flow to the shareholders' deficit, thereby reducing the overall shareholder equity. The according method chosen by the company for its debt valuation provides in part that non-cash expense can be recorded in the common stock to reflect the issuance of new shares to creditors. And we're going to move on from there. You're able to see that the result as multiple things going on. You see that the non-cash loss on conversion debt in quarter 1 2021 net loss was 55 million 60 cents per share on 91 million shares, and compared to quarter 1 2020, a net loss of $5.39 million that's 12 cents per share on 47 million shares. The total of Q1 2021 revenues was $756,000, an increase of 26.5%. You get to see the numbers, of course, increase massively due to that massive $50.1 million expense, bringing the net loss massively down. Now, TRCH itself has a market cap of around 452 million currently. But a big part of this one here is not really trading towards Metamaterials and basically how good Metamaterials is, but rather on the fact relating towards the dividends received by TRCH. Now, one thing that really does worry me is after you get these dividends, what's going to happen? Is it going to plummet down fast, or people are going to stay for the Metamaterials company itself? Now, they do have different shareholder letters. So the last one here was on May 31st, 2021, talking about investing $10 million to complete their initial pilot scale for roll-to-roll production capabilities located in their newly expanded facility in Dartmouth, Nova Scotia. Last year, they secured around 53,000 square feet to house holography and lithography R&D labs. And the next phase of volume manufacturing process development in March 2021, and they signed a letter of intent for adding 15,000 square feet. Now, also, they do mention in Q2 2022, they estimate that their working capital will be sufficient to work until then, and they have cash and cash equivalents of around $13 million. Meta Materials raised approximately $18.1 million of additional financing and converted about $13.5 million of liabilities into common shares. You get to see as well agreements towards the electricity itself, etc., and some applications, examples, intellectual property, route to market, financial results, and there's also a massive conclusion here relating towards 5G communication. They're looking to grow their IP portfolio, focusing on development of high-volume applications such as 5G communication. Meta has a scaling high-volume roll-to-roll production capabilities, which can be flexibly reconfigured to support different applications as we transition customers to licensed production located in their own facility or their suppliers. We seek to make this scalable, repeatable process to support the strong growth and margins as we execute our pipeline engagements. And then another thing here is if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to hit that like button down below, subscribe in the bottom right, and turn notifications on. If you would like to join our Discord, totally free in the description below. And I do recommend that you watch my previous 3 videos because we go through so many critical information, including some of the valuations that were given previously towards TRCH and how much that dividend is possibly going to be. I just don't want to be repetitive with these videos. Now, in terms of institutional buyers, institutions seem to be more bullish than bearish, and that's definitely always a good thing. So let's move on now towards technical analysis. Now, from a technical analysis standpoint of view, what we actually get to see here is on the 1 month, 1 day, the technical analysis indicators are looking really bullish. The 10 SMA is above the 30 EMA, and the 50 SMA is above the 200 SMA, which is definitely bullish. The trading action zone, which is between the 10 SMA and the 30 EMA, is where most positive reversals occur, and that's between 268 and 237, below the stock price. The ADX currently is at 28.25, suggesting this is a strong trend, and the potential of it getting stronger is high. And the current William percent R shows it's overbought, but it's been showing that ever since 17th of May, and we almost doubled in price since then. On the MACD, you're seeing a very bullish action. It's continuously moving on towards the bullish side, stronger, and momentum is positive. So all those things are very bullish. Now towards the stochastic fast and stochastic slow, both are telling you to be very careful where the next support lies because it can drop. There might be another leg up, but that's not a guarantee. Now the current Bollinger Bands, where basically it's a momentum moving band, you're seeing that it's expected to trade at 317 on the top and 158 at the bottom. However, this one really doesn't follow that band as much. Every now and then it does fall back, but the band itself is ever so exponentially increasing, which is a bullish thing. Now, keep in mind that this is all happening in, I would say, lower volumes, not as you've seen in a massive volume. So this is kind of a slow rising trend, and I like those because if something goes super fast upwards, it might go even faster downwards. Now, in terms of Fibonacci retracements, you're seeing a significant support level at the 307, below there 252, below there 198, below there 130, and below there 21 cents. Significant resistances is at 384 and 483. Now from a price line action, you're seeing a really hard resistance to break at the 336. Above there 371, above there 396, and then going to the 420 level, and then to the $5. After you hit the $5, really there's no really much of a real resistance from there. The current support level is at the 320. Below there it's at 302. Below there, you're looking down to 280, and then you drop a little bit down to 240, and then following that 212, going downwards to 181, going downwards to 153, and then down to 138, $1, and then 75 cents, 60 cents, 43 cents, and 233 cents. Now comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Well, I have a couple of comments. First off, if you're trading this one just at a dividend, be careful because you want to make sure you get out when you get the dividend at a good price point and you're also guaranteed that you're on that dividend book, right? The record of date. And at the same time, you don't want to get out too late once, or if it crashes, because a lot of people want to get out after they got their dividend. Second, if you're in this for the metamaterials, ask yourself towards the fundamentals of metamaterial. Is it worth it? And look at it that way, because there's a good chance you might be stuck for some shares with metamaterials, and the best case scenario is that you end up leaving early before the stock, or if the stock dips, with the massive dividend that we're not sure how much the estimate is, with a good profit on your shares. The worst case scenario is that the stock plummets before you're able to sell, the dividend is not as we've estimated, it's actually lower, and the other thing here is that you might end up getting in at a loss and getting stuck with metamaterial stock, and you have to live with that, and you really want to ask yourself, are you fine holding metamaterials for a bit? What do you think about the stock? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you made it this far into the video, I do recommend that you go ahead and join our Discord server. There's a lot of amazing folks in here. We do a lot of discussions here into the trading floor throughout the day. A lot of people are in there, and we do ask questions. You can ask me any question you would like on there. We do post research and DDs, and we hold weekly chat sessions. And we also do have a lounge in there. So make sure to actually join that and join the fun there. Have a wonderful day and a good one.